Alright, welcome back everyone. Costin here with more Final Fantasy Online. Gonna be doing some leveling. But first, there is some stuff I want to set up properly, make sure the stream is working, all that kind of stuff. Okay. The law one. Emote. Huh. Wonder how I add travel, party, social. Okay, social. Alright, so I need to find... Okay. Well, I really do wonder how I can add emotes to my bar, but... one new enemy appears. Well, yeah, it is just streaming in my case. I mean, this is a full-time job in its own right, so... bit of an annoying quest. Too far away, huh? Okay, how close do I need to do? Yep. Good. Duty complete. Mission complete. I mean, depends on where you're living, right? Either way. And I think you would be surprised by how things are. Let me go. So some of the quests in this game are actually completely silly. Okay. At least that's how I feel about them. Like, if you want to be successful on YouTube or Twitch and all that, you have to do it as a full-time affair. Just plain and simple how that works. Alright, Aldous, let's see about your spat that you've gotten involved in. Nurtures my sense of anticipation. He was mean, okay. Alright, let's just go over this. I'm not interested in this. Oh, the nasty one. I think I won't die for anyone. Oh, the interrupt takes a while to actually go through. A bit of damage reduction. The kitten has claws, huh? He's dead. Duty complete. We've gotten stronger. Good. She needs you. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the city. Okay, so I have one in the Gladiators Guild and the other one. Where's the turn in for the other one? Oh, okay. Right. Very well. So that's the last of the dungeon quests. But first the Gladiators Guild and then dungeon time. And then I can maybe get the Chocobo. We shall see. Okay. Right, good. What is going on here? Ah, okay, I see. So I can't wear it. Well, I look like a knight in shining armor. It is interesting, admittedly, to have a piece of gear like this. Alright, this could happen to you. No, couldn't. Doesn't have to. Wait, where? Ah, I see. Yeah. Let's see. Well, what I have is a powerful piece of armor. At any rate. At least powerful for this particular level. Into a copper hell. And this is the last of the free dungeons that I want to do. Rose pink. Yeah, no thanks. Okay. Let's see how long this takes. I'm gonna have to wait outside the dungeon in order to do it. Well, I don't actually have to wait outside the dungeon. But I'm gonna have to go back to Udal once all of this is over, so... Oh, I think I'm just gonna go exploring a bit. While waiting for the group to fill up. Gonna take a bit, but still. And this is like close to a prime time. So it is a bit, let's just say, odd. I'm sure there's other people who are interested in that kind of stuff. Ops. Me? I'm pretty much done with that fucking game. You might ask why. Good reason, good question. But at this point, it's like fuck World of Warcraft, basically. Oh, there we go. Alright. Always that one DPSer. There we go. Light party. Into the mines. That's some serious mining equipment right there. There we go. Down we go. That's a nice ambush. Abbots are coming. Friggin' Copper. What name is that? Interesting decision. Boom! All right, boss time. Or event time. There's too many of them. Next. There he is. Another one. A Minotaur. Yeah, pretty tank and spank dungeon so far, but it's gonna change soon. Oh. Keck. Oops. Alright, that's one. That's half of what we need here to open the way, so we just need... Okay, blast the way open. Let's move on. Good. It's not gonna work like that. Some actual mechanics. This is Viscidus. Okay. But you actually have to destroy that blasting cap yourself. There we go. That was fun. Go, go, go. How does one use the limit break ability? Is my question. I see the meter there. Oh, that's a bad one. Hmm. Alright, probably final boss, right? The cold throne. Slaves no more. Free! Free! He does hit decently hard. It's fine. In order to add, then just kill the boss, I guess. It's finished. All right. So that's the last of the intro dungeons. Moving on. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome to more Final Fantasy. All right. The Steps of Nald. What's going on over here, I wonder? Okay, that's done. Okay, then. Hmm. All right, that's over. Well, it just so happens that I know a woman who shares your talent and can help you understand it. She and I belong to the same organization, and we should both be delighted beyond words if you would agree to join our cause. Your cause? Naturally, there are benefits to being a part of such a collective. For one, we should be glad to assist you in realizing your potential as an adventurer. You need not give me your answer now. Think upon it, and if you feel moved to help us, and I pray you should, speak with Mamodi, the ever lovely and youthful mistress of Quicksand. Okay. Tancred. Tell her the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have found their woman, and she will tell you where to find us. The Disciples of the Seventh Dawn. What pray tell nonsense is that about? Scenes like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry though, if you work hard, you'll probably be alright. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you raise your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woe with the woman folk from time to time. Ah, sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to fresh off the carriage adventure. But gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with giants in the dark. I never doubted for a moment that you'd succeed, of course, and neither did Papashan, which ain't to say he won't be overjoyed. Oh, and before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I know who she meant right away. Edda, thank you for sparing time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania when... Well, I'm sorry, we were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Aver, and here I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you were. You see an adventurous venture, and swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded had the fiend not robbed him of the chance, since that day I fought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But what I think of the woman you are, of all that you achieve, I find that I'm inspired just as Aver once was. So I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I'll go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I want to meet you first to ask for your name. I shan't forget. Pray that we'll meet again. Very well. Okay, that was odd. Adventure can be a cruel, bleeding business. Time was. I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't want aught to do with you lot. Thought it'd be a right pain in the arse to look after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm full of glad I did. I feel privileged to be part of your lives. And that goes double for yours. Okay. You want to know about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest, then. Listen, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. Quest complete. So you want to know more, then, do you? Well, ain't that a surprise, I swear. If I painted certain death on one aura with limitless wealth on another, 9 out of 10 adventurers would go for the first. And the other bloke would be able to choose on account of being well done. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, they attain no small task, and so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals like you. Now, I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you probably can imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay out of western Tanalan. The place you're looking for is called Waking Sands. How very original. Give your name to whoever's at the entrance, you'll be let in. You're a woman in demand, and the days ahead promise to be busy, but I hope you won't forget your old enemy, Momodi. Drop in to tell me how you're faring from time to time. You hear? Right, well, I've said my piece. Off with you. Good. Off with you! Okay, let's see if I can get the chocobo. Give me a mount. Okay. Right, so I'm gonna go upstairs then. The Chamber of Rule. Well, I'm gonna go... to the airship landing. You got your white bear mount yet? Not yet. Let's see where this leads. Well, that looks like a casino. A very, very weird casino, but a casino nonetheless. Oh yeah, it's party time. Alright, skip the cutscene. I just want to get the hell out of here. Complete. Okay. The Manderville gold saucer is now accessible. All your dreams can be dreams. Alright, I'm not quite necessarily interested in this right now. Okay. So they made a casino. I'm almost 30. I think I need to go up there. This place will put many real-world casinos to shame. Step aside, Las Vegas. There's a new kid in town. Alright, so I get the idea. It's a tour of all the attractions, let's call it that. Don't let your dreams be dreams, huh? A jumping puzzle. Fun. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's get out of here. Hey. And then I go turn in this particular quest, and after that I head over to Vesper Bay. Okay. Well, okay. Right, enough. Enough of this nonsense. Because it is nonsense. Pure nonsense. I guess that's one of the things about these kind of Japanese games, that they do have a lot of nonsense. It's all very light-hearted. Mixed in with some very serious stuff. It just works. Okay. Deep in the desert. Yeah. Now, please be advised that this is private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to... You're at the behest of Tancred, huh? bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru. Tataru, whatever. I look forward to assisting you. The antecedent is within the solar. I shall let him know to expect you. Okay. Let's go. Lady Mephilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space? A mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I, too, possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We're fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at the word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might be otherwise denied to you. The right to employ retainers, for example, are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. Okay. Papers are requested, my lady. Okay. Okay. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the retainer's registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say retainers will prove valuable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In turn, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I'm sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, wasn't it? Forgive me, but it was important. Yeah, okay. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members used. Okay? Wild Rose, alright. We Scions have but one objective: to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike. Okay. Alright.
I take it you will help us.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popalimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
Welcome.
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. I never doubted that you'd come. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I am glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina & Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye, the evidence left behind implicates the Emulja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ul'dah.
Ever at your service, fair lady.
All right, Camp Dry Boy. All right. Right, so, let's see. Nothing particularly special so far. But Thancred. Should also warn us, okay. Now what do I want? I want gold. Think I didn't not working. There's a macro on WoWWiki. Use it. Request accepted. How to get a mountain? You need to finish the company you keep, and then my little chocobo. Okay, I see. So I just need to keep doing quests. Fine. Or go to Limses and find a waypoint that starts with a... Okay. And do the summoner event. Retrieve ripe corpses. Oh. We're just gonna go back to the camp quickly. Are all the dungeons unlocked via the main story as well? Or is that different? Most are. All right. Open by main story. The rest opens by doing quest with the plus symbol. Okay. Speak with the common folk. Please just leave me be. He just vanished. Okay. They're terrified. How was the questing? It's good. It's all fine. Alright, let's go talk with them over there. Right, nice investigation. Sounds like there's a lot of stuff to unlock. Okay, just use that. Good. Go here, talk with this guy. Wait, 100 gil for that. Piss that. Not worth it. I have the money, that's not really a problem, but it's just like, no. I can walk that far. Alright, just go to the Golden Bazaar, talk with the kid. And that should be what's enough. For the children. Okay. Hmm. So it seems regardless of where I am in this region, that if I want to teleport to Drybone, it costs me 100 gil. Okay. So that's the encampment I need to go for. Well, I'll be right back in a couple of minutes. Just some things I want to do. Get a cup of coffee and then keep going. All right. So, let's see over here. Speak with Tancred. Clearly. I mean, there is a bunch of customization available when it comes to we're talking the hull layout and all that kind of stuff. So you do have quite a few options here when, in terms of how you want to change things with regards to all of it. I might want to shrink it, really, to be quite honest, about the size of the UI. But still a couple of things I want to do. Just a moment. Let me just check. Well, with regards to alternative MMOs, all I can say about Final Fantasy Online is that it's a pretty easy choice, right? Well, you can't do everything, yeah, sure. When it comes to to deciding whether or not you want to play Final Fantasy, all I can really say about the subject is this. It's worth at least trying it, because you can play it for free. I haven't paid a single dime right now. You can play it for free until you're level 60, so the trial version is a pretty good offer. Okay. So that's what I would probably have to say on this subject. Like, even if ultimately you don't buy it, I'd still just try it. The problem I feel with Final Fantasy Online, though, is that people say, oh, it gets better later on. I'm like, okay. Hopefully it does. Yeah, let's see. Search for a clue in their encampment. Where is that clue? Well, I guess I have to fight these guys. Yeah, I would absolutely give the trial a go. The sword just gets better as time goes on, which really shows in Heaven Sword, 51 to 60 content. Yeah, okay, but here's the real question I want to ask. Story getting better or not, that's all well and good, but here's an important question I want to ask about it. Does the actual game get better? Because I don't mind the moment-to-go moment gameplay at all. What I do mind is all the fucking traipsing around for all this crap like that I'm doing right now. That is something I don't care about. So yeah, I just really don't like the way the questing is structured right now. Oh, let's go to this area, talk to this NPC, listen to some fucking chatter that isn't even voiced, and then move to this other area and all that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, boring as shit. That's boring as shit. I get it that I only have to do it once based on what people are saying, but it's like, you're not selling me on being interested in playing this game for a long period of time, I can tell you right now. I'm not invested per se in the story. It might sound like a small thing, but the reality is, yeah. Yeah. But it feels less worthless in Heaven's Sword. So all I need to do is get 50, okay. Alright, I'll bite for now. I'll see, I'll get to 60. This is how I feel about it right now. I'll get to 60. If by 60 I'm not interested in buying the game, I won't buy the game. That's how I'm at right now. Mm-hmm. Alright. Speak with locals while garbed in a weathered shepherd. That doesn't make it more exciting, Flutter Dark. That doesn't make it more exciting. I mean, at this point... No, I need to go inside, alright. Alright, Tancred. So yeah, overall I do have a couple of issues with how this is so far. Right, let's see. Well, aren't we fit for purpose? Alright. One teleportation to Vesper Bay coming up. Alright. Present the dagger at the bonfire. You like cat girls too? What the hell is that notion? That's a pretty laughable notion, isn't it? So take the dagger, present it, let's see what that brings me. Okay. When full of yourself, fight the tool changes to story shine. Okay. Your materia joined with the other fighty tool. Then big eyes fighty tool gain power of yourself. What the hell? Mutamix is reckoning that Uplander is a friend of Minphalia. Okay. Okay. Once Uplander receives power of materia, Uplander brings fighty tool. Yes. Brings dagger. Right. Tell you what. In this particular instance, I'll teleport because it's not too expensive. I might end up going to far corners of the world where it might get pretty expensive pretty quickly. To actually have to deal with certain things like that. Or to come here, to teleport here. Because I do have in my inventory these 12 letters. But no, I don't much care for the cat girls or the little gnomes. Annoying creatures that they are. Or the children, whatever the hell those things are. A free MMORPG. Well, you're looking at it. You can play this in the trial version all the way to level 60. Whether or not you'd want to spend all this time leveling to 60, well, that's on you. To be fair, I'm only 11 hours in and I'm almost level 30. I'm basically halfway there to the trial level cap. The max level is what, 80? You get to 80, that's pretty much it. But yeah, it kind of drags on. My advice? Skip as much of the boring, tedious conversations as you can. So I'm guessing this quest was designed for, what, around 20? I'm 20. Okay, but is it worth it, or is WoW the true and only MMORPG worth? Well, that's kind of the sad part, and it has always been the sad part, I suppose. Right? I mean, this is the reality of World of Warcraft. It's in a really bad state, a dismal state, to the point that I no longer want to play it, but there's no other competition that I feel compares to it. And look, for all the virtues that people extol about Final Fantasy, I'm just not really feeling that it's, like, that exceptional so far. It's okay, it's not frustrating, it's not something that pisses me the fuck off, as WoW does right now. But it's like, yeah. But nor is it the exceptional game that, I need to get used to this idea. Alright, Flame Sergeant. But I don't know, there's a lot of things that WoW does that are actually worse than what this game has to offer, at least here. Yeah, sure. You might enjoy, in a sense, the level experience perhaps more in WoW in some ways. Although maybe not. And so, I don't know. It's like, consider the amount of hours it takes to level and say WoW compared to this, like, as I said, right now I'm 28, almost 30. I'll be 30 in like 12 hours. Probably 60 in like 24. Consider how long it would take you to reach max level in WoW. And understand it's not necessarily that much better, so. Fact to be considered. Well, this game also has a monthly subscription, so... Well, that's why you don't really do that quest in the Barrens. Waiting. Alright, so that's designed for level 24. Okay. Okay, our man is in position, sir. Yeah, let's fight. Defeat them. The problem WoW has is actually of a different nature. It's an extremely fucking grindy game. We're being overwhelmed. MMO as a genre is in a pretty garbage place. Oh, I can agree with that sentiment. I fully agree with that sentiment, actually. What do we have here? Okay, we are overwhelmed. Put up. Okay. How about no? What was that? Oh, shocking development. We got overwhelmed. This is where you should turn on music, by the way. Okay. Right, I will do just that. Well, time to wait to get in. Starting to look a bit more interesting, I gotta say. Is there some like level boosting mechanic in this game or something like that? Or do you literally have to do all this stuff? I think 2 more quests. Okay, 2 more quests until I get my mount. Alright. I'll take it. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. Almighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servant beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. Oh dear. Well, it's Diablo. We bring before you ignorant savages. If it please you, Lord, scorch their heathen slow souls with your cleansing flame and mark them as your own. Bloody hells. Bring those 2 as well. None but servants of Lord Ifrit. Okay. Huh. Oh. Okay. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn! He's not Diablo. He is Deathwing. I mean, to be honest, like, the problem, like, the issue is with, okay, my one true God. Your words are my bread. By what sorcery do resist my master as well? B. Your soul already belongs to another? Yes, that is the only explanation. Well, that's bad. They're pulling back. The frail mortal frame can serve as vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxes clear. Thou art of the God blessed. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be. Okay. And so, it shall be that we fight Primal. I refuse to call this thing a god. Let us fight! Alright, this is pretty fucking cool, actually. Well, if the wall of flame is not gonna hurt me, then I'll just keep my back to it. Succumb to the inferno! I don't expect much level of challenge, really. That's fine. Doesn't have to be. As long as it's cool. I'm just gonna reduce his damage. Just make sure to face him away. Oh, he is absolutely Diablo. This is not even a fucking funny situation. Thy soul shall burn for all eternity. Thou art strong, mortal. I think if I was willing to use some of those potions, I could solo this guy. Is discount Diablo defeated. Only $9.99 at Walmart. Purchase today. And what do we have here? Oh, crystal. Yeah, I suppose there, but I can't see that boss being that. Unless he has a whole suite of other mechanics that on extreme, I can't see him as being that difficult unless the damage he's doing is that extreme. All right. Oh yeah, please avoid the obvious AoE that's dropping on the ground. Tancred. Thanks for bringing the army. 20 minutes too late. I was delayed by a congregation of zealots. I swear you seemed more evangelical than the last. More of them. Persistent lot. Solid flex, just for the hell of it. Ooh. I see the Bloodsworn wasting no time extracting the captives, no less than I'd expect from the Flames Journal hand-picked men. I see. I mean, I guess, though, as a sweaty, hardcore WoW player, it would take a lot of, like, it would take a lot for a boss to actually be genuinely difficult. Like, this guy just seemed to have some AoE on the ground that he does in a conal attack that I guess as a tank you can't really avoid, or maybe you can to some degree if you move very quickly. Okay, so go back to Camp Dragonborn. So that was the mighty Ifrit. What a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Uldal's interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by... Okay. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland given the troubles at court. We only have ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise me you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is told to give any reading worth a damn. Not that there was aught damn worth to it, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find that I am troubled by that adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. All right. Okay. That was interesting. At least that was a boss we just did. Ah, there you are. Rest a while. Okay. Return to the okay, I will. Wonder if I can buy more of these tickets. Probably not. But anyway, I do have a phone call to make, ladies and gentlemen, so bear. Alright, so, Grand Company, yeah? You'll find a little chocobo close to whatever Grand Company. Okay. Also, you are muted. Yeah, I was just busy with various things. Having a phone call in real life. Just ended. Okay, my late arrival. Yeah, thanks for realizing that, Fankred. Thanks for saying that particular thing. I only had to face Diablo on my own. Tell you what, any dialogue that's not voiced, I'm skipping. And that's how I feel about this. If the developers can't be bothered to voice it, I have no interest whatsoever fucking over reading their fucking story. It's not like it's a WoW quest quest description. Who reads the WoW quest descriptions these days anyway? Actually, if there is one thing I will say about World of Warcraft that they do well, in the modern sense, right, in terms of modern WoW, even if they don't have a lot of things voiced, though they do actually have a lot of things voiced that are important, there is, like, the stuff that's relevant story-wise. You're not sitting there listening to a really fucking awkward conversation, right? Attend the remembrance service at the Royal Promenade, all that crap. But the point is, like, the stuff that's actually really relevant in WoW is, like, story-wise, that kind of stuff is, like, it's either voiced or it's said in a way like when you're fighting an enemy. Like, yeah. Well, yeah. But the super important stuff. Okay, so the stuff that I actually need to give a shit about is... yeah, okay. Though, the voice acting isn't that great, to be honest, either. It's not the actors, it's just the way that the direction is. Like, this is the odd thing that I see with, like this is the thing that kind of really puts me off Japanese games, I'll be honest with you. It's like, this kind of shit. Like, yeah, I get it, right? There's more important stuff in gaming, etc., but... it's like, how do you expect a player to give a crap about the story when you haven't... Alright, let me go for the F castle. Oh, I don't have that. Yeah. Japanese games so often have weird localization. I wouldn't say it's weird localization, because, like, you know what's weird is that I've played a number of Japanese games. Rather could have, yeah. I just don't have the pointer. Holy fuck. But, like, the thing that's weird is that there's just always that lifeless way they say their lines. It's like there's no direction. It's like, yeah, they hired a bunch of voice actors and then gave them no direction whatsoever. The voice actors that, by the way, in their own right, are actually pretty competent. On top of that, by the way, I recognize quite a lot. There's a lot of the same guys that these companies hire for many of their games. So yeah. So it's like Japanese titles have no kind of sense of direction and all of that. I think it's gotten better in recent years. Probably. Now, I'm sure there are some people who are gonna say, oh, this stuff is not important, the game is important, to which I reply, bullshit. To which I reply, bullshit. Okay, that's all well and good, but if you expect me to care about the story in a video game, then don't expect that I'm gonna sit there reading dialogue the same way I would read a book. Because video games are not books. I'll happily read a good book. Don't get me wrong. I read plenty of stuff. Daily even, like I read a lot of stuff. Like I read the news, I read stories, all that kind of stuff. That's fine. But in a video game, I seriously can't be arsed reading shit in a video game. That's kind of where I draw the line. It's like, oh, you have to read this in a game, or you have to read this really awkward dialogue and this awkward cinematic. Just, it's like, not fun. And then you realize that it's not really that interesting to begin with. Oh yeah.
Another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Ah, yeah, ah, ha, ha, yeah, ha.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The
bastards.
Sahagin have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all!
Long live the Admiral!
Admiral Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
Alright, that wasn't too bad. I'm sure there was some music there, but I do have that disabled.
If you'll permit me, Alfie no. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
All right. Alright, let's see what Udal has to offer. I'm gonna go to the Chamber of Rule and listen to the speech right there. Sure, there will be plenty of speeches.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanimal herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore! Hurrah! Roban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. where by the grace and glory of Nalthal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
Ya for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Raoban? People of Ul'dah, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measured that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn!
All right.
Forsooth!
The time is now!
I
Fancy meeting you again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the final one. Let's see who I'm gonna join. Not necessarily tempted to join the pirates, I can tell you that much though. Because, you know, they're pirates. But as has been said, the Grand Company doesn't really matter.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 Seed Seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done!
It's up to us to protect the
For
forest!
the elementals!
Fancy meeting you again.
All right. That's enough. Then speak with one flame private Fafa Johnny. Okay. Okay. So I got the new dungeon, by the looks of it, that I do aim to complete.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and 7th Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So needless to say, remembrance.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most...
My...
All right. Dungeon time. Oh, that's interesting. Please tell me that healer is... Oh, gosh. Alright. That's a decent amount of experience. I like that it's just basically whirlwinding. Constant whirlwinding. Imagine Fury Warriors in World of Warcraft with just constant whirlwinding in Classic. Boss time, ladies and gentlemen. Boss time. Alright, let's go deeper in. Oh, that's dangerous. You're playing with fire, good sir. Pulling those mobs. You know, I wish this healer would stop trying to play a hero, fucking hell. I hate it when healers try and be heroes. You're not the damn hero. Kill the damn group. Well, we're going too slow, right? Well, I guess regardless of which MMO you play, you're always gonna find zigzags. Ah, there we go. All right. That just seems like a complete waste of time. I mean, I get it, this guy's probably got some experience, but seriously, just kill the damn boss. This is like the fuck you melee boss, more or less. Got that one. Okay, boss time. All right, let's see about this. So it's percentage based, I think, with his HP. Alright, so I joined the Immortal Flames. I started in Ul'dah, might as well continue in Ul'dah. Why not? Besides, it's better than the hipster elves or the pirate scum. I'm sure I'm gonna have to help the hipster elves and the pirate scum all the same. Eventually. Well, I'm gonna stop for now. Costin signing out. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and enable notifications, and stay tuned for more, ladies and gentlemen. I will continue this at a later point, maybe today, maybe tomorrow.